Kara from Boho Berry, and I am here today to walk you through how I set up my bullet journal for the new month. So I have my bullet journal here. I'm on my final few days of November, and I have decided that it's time to go ahead and set up for December. So I'm going to walk you through how I do that. I've got this set up here for Saturday, which is tomorrow, and I'm going to leave all this extra space for Sunday and Monday, which will put me to the end of November. So this is where I'm going to start my December spread. And as you can see, I'm almost to the end of my current notebook. And I'm on page 186 here to start December. So the first thing that I always do is go back and index my monthly pages. So I'm going to go to the very front to my index, and I'm going to double check. The last thing that I indexed was my pen pal list. So I'm going to double check and see if there's anything else that I need to index since I wrote that in. So the only other thing is this was just kind of like a little brainstorm I was doing to create my new daily and weekly schedule for the blog. So I'm not going to worry about indexing that. That was, like I said, just a little brainstorm. So these are more daily pages. So November will end on page 185. So I'm going to go ahead and write that in. And you'll see here it says November 2015. I have page 122 through page 185, which means that December is going to start on page 186. So I'm going to write 186. I'll leave the little dash there, and then I'm going to write in December 2015. And then I always go over this a few times. I like to make that month look really, really bold. That way it's easy for me to find it at a glance in my index. All right, so we've got December 2015 indexed. So we will turn to page 186 and I will show you how I get started. All right, so the first thing I do is I flip back to my November spread, or my last month, whatever that was, and I take a look. I want to set this up pretty much the same as I did last month. I always end up tweaking things a little bit though. So this month, I saw someone on Instagram did a cute little calendar for the following month here in this bottom right hand corner, and I loved that idea because I'm always looking for what the next month's dates are. So I'm going to try to incorporate that. My goals list is usually not quite as long as this, so I think I'll be able to fit a nice little calendar in there really easily. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my December page really, really similar to this one. Let's see, December. Let's go with green this month for our headers. so that is how I set up my monthly spread. So I'll go back in and fill this all out later with my particular appointments, events, birthdays, holidays, anything that's coming up, my goals for the month, and I'll go back in and decorate it. I might show you that at the end as well. All right, so now I'm going to, my next 2 pages are always my Plan With Me challenge prompts, and then my habit and task, or my monthly tracker. So the first thing I'm gonna do, normally I would sketch out a cute little doodle of all the prompts, but I have actually already done that, and I've printed it off to stick it in. Now we are going to do the habit tracker. All right, so now we have my December spread. We have my Plan With Me challenge prompts. We have my December tracker. And on the next page is where I normally do my tip sheets for work. And what I do is I track what my sales were at work that night. I'm a waitress, by the way. And I track what my sales were. I track how much I got tipped in cash, how much I got tipped in credit card, and what my tip percentage was for the evening. So I always like to keep track of that, so I'm going to show you how I do that spread. that is my tip pages for work. And then the other financial page that I do is my expenses. So I track my expenses on 2 pages, one for personal and one for business. All right, so those are my expenses, personal and business. so that's it. I have shown you how I set up my December in my bullet journal. So again, the first page is just my December, my monthly spread. So I have my tasks set up split between morning, afternoon, and evening. And then I will have my list of goals for the month here. I decided to add a cute little calendar with the dates for the following month as well, so it's easy reference. We have the Plan With Me Challenge checklist. And if you want to learn more about this, I will link that below in the show notes so that you can learn more about our Plan With Me challenge every month. We have our December tracker. I have my Distrito log for the month, so that's my tip log from work. My personal and business expenses. My gratitude log for the month of December. My waiting on list, so that's going to be my shipment tracker, anything I'm waiting on as far as emails or anything like that goes. I'm waiting on responses from someone, anything like that will go on this list here. And then we just move on to the first day of my dailies. And when I'm setting up for the month, I like to go ahead and write in the date and the day of the beginning, just so that I know when I get to December, I don't have to look back to see what my first day is. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer every single one of them. And I hope you have a great rest of your holiday weekend. Bye.